Thank you, Paul. It's the TYLOO special of Inferno. Sometimes it feels like they're really hard to beat. They just keep finding ways to pull rounds out on Inferno.
They have, they make some very strange decisions. Like Blair was talking about, there is this degree of unpredictability where they just go into the realm of nonsense, but they make it work. They style it. So you know, that's again. Although when we go back to Overpass, I was mentioning how it did actually feel like they worked on that part of their game.
Yeah,
they've recognized that they stylistically do thrive in being aggressive and taking aggressive decisions. But it seems like they have put that under review in terms of, okay, guys, let's keep that style. Obviously, that works for us, but let's try to get some more intelligence behind it in the times when we do choose to go aggressive. So that's promising. I'm really looking forward to this. TYLOO, always a nightmare on this map, as we just stated. And mousesports will be off on that CT side to begin with, which I'm sure they're happy about. And Frozen will be first contact for mousesports over by Banana, but he will fall back and away.
Carrigan is towards B, should he be required. He's holding a flash from the well position, so if Tatis push in, then they're going to eat that flashbang. But they're showing some early presence, but starting slow. Rops is already pushing the apartments. Now, again, on the Infernos we have seen from, I mean, Rops is basically a master of the apartments area on either side of the map. And we might see him just walk out on the balcony on the T side and so on. But again, he's like just a very key player at this point for mousesports. He just only becomes more important. That's a great 2 kills after missing the first shot that was free. Has he done enough? He spotted a bomb in the second mid position. Carrigan's racing over towards A, which is open at the moment. Still has his flash, and there's a pop from Woxic. He's got the high ground now. That'll slow things down. Attacker and Freeman remain. There's a pop flash from Carrigan. Oh my God, that snap. Woxic is ready to take this to a map 3.
Absolutely. Freeman, he could try to work in some damage, get some extra money, but other than that, it's looking very desperate. There is only one player near him in the pit position, but there's so many spots for him to check. He doesn't know that, though, and he's soon to be sandwiched indeed. There's Carrigan from pit, and he'll take him down. Very clean headshots coming out of Rops and from Woxic in this round, and as you say, that's such a needed start for mousesports to get themselves fired up at the beginning of this one. Pop, pop goes Rops, and Woxic as well has a couple pops of his own. Really nice stuff, and we do see ourselves a force buy coming out of TYLOO. That said, Summer has left $1,200 in. Nope, okay, he's a late force buy as well. I thought that would make more sense, as that would be weird for him to keep money in the hole, but how much damage can they do here, James? They have a lot of utility and 3 CZs and a Deagle, so there is certainly a lot to be done, but look how aggressive mousesports are. They're taking away Banana, which is annoying if you're TYLOO.
Yeah, mousesports look concentrated, but still unhappy. I think they'll need a good 5 rounds in a row to see some smiles on their faces. And they're a team who like to play with smiles on their faces for the most part. They play in good spirits. They've got plenty of personality on their team. TYLOO starts to make inroads towards the B-bomb site. Frozen has a smoke grenade. Carrigan has no grenades, but they have some utility to buy some time. Somebody's been fishing for a while, sees Woxic by double stack, and he'll pull Chris J away from top mid. But Rob still has eyes there, so they know that nothing too untoward is going on. Now, towards B, TYLOO have 4 players. They've got a 4 versus 2. Yes, they may be ill-equipped, but if they choose to push, then there may be problems for mousesports. An instant counter-smoke grenade from Frozen. Carrigan plays close to the smoke, just in case. Rops rotates over as well. He has no flash, though. Only Frozen has a flash, and he's got the barrels pop flash, which is like the last flash you want, really. The execute comes through again from TYLOO. And where's the pop flash from Frozen? Here it is. Carrigan starts to face, but he's only good for 1.
Yeah, oh man, Summer gets the second one with the CZ. That's fantastic work, and everybody is going to be turning their attention to Robs. He can only get a little bit of damage. Woxic can follow it up through the smoke, but oh, he wants a big tag there onto somebody, down to minimal HP. Everybody actually suffering here for TYLOO in terms of the health, and they're starting to get forced out by the grenades, and now it's just down to Woxic and Summer. Oh, he's crushed it. 4 kills in this round. That's a beautiful
How's he winning those duels with an MP9?
I don't know. The MP9 needs to be nerfed, James.
No, don't say that. Absolutely, absolutely ridiculous stuff. I did wonder, the reason I said mousesports had the worst possible flashbang, because if you've got a guy at the well with a flash, which they didn't, then that's a really strong flash. If you've got a guy coffins to flash over the roof, they had time to take that position with the smoke up if they wanted to. They don't have to. But you know, an aggressive play like that to get some information and play against TYLOO rather than react to what they're doing. But the barrels one is more of a hope, and the hopes were not answered on this occasion. But what a ridiculous performance from Summer. The multi-dinks with the MP9 from that range versus rifles as well. Pretty ridiculous. Carrigan looks away expecting the flashbang, and he will fall. He gets minimal information. The bomb will not be shown. It's in a safe place at present. Summer and somebody keeping the CTs honest towards the A bomb site. So they've shown some presence towards Banana. They've taken player out. What is their next move?
It's going to be very interesting to see if mousesports can find the recovery, because it feels like TYLOO, just they have that feeling, that vibe in the team where they feel like they are going to win this, that they are the more tenured, experienced team, and they've seemed so far very resilient. And mousesports, you know, they're having to prove right now that they can be on the same level, and it's not been easy. See, they're stacking towards the B bomb side. They can't really know. You've got to go for a gamble. And they will make their way up the arch position, TYLOO. And this is the classic way that you would play an anti-eco or anti-force by. Once you go up the arch position, you compromise so many of the more dangerous positions that your teammates who are approaching from porch might be suffering from dealing with, like various crossfires from site and pit. They get blown up by that wrap from the arch side. So, you know, TYLOO, good execution there. They're taking things in a disciplined, methodical manner. mousesports, smart here. They've got lots of Kevlar to save, weapons as well, some nades. So they will be happy to sit in construction here and happy that, you know what, we gambled on B. No one came B. We'll save the guns. That's fine.
Yeah, this is absolutely the best decision for mousesports. They only losing one player. They still have 80% of their danger from the previous round. They've got a fair few smokes as well, so they can simply reset the situation and play as a second force buy without the investment, rather than run to their doom and most likely just play out an eco round, which gives TYLOO even better percentages. And of course, there are SMGs on the hunt as well for that bonus cash. Well, TYLOO will buy up again. 2-1 on the T side now for TYLOO. If I remember correctly, on Overpass, mousesports got reset after winning pistol there as well, right?
Yes.
So these starting rounds are not going so well for mousesports. They're doing it the hard way, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, winning the pistol and like losing the second round seems just more common than not so far in this iteration of CS, for whatever reason. And
this is the last day of this iteration of CS. ECS and ESL both moving towards the current patch after this tournament. The patch was released during this tournament, so that was out of the question. But at least we will see a more expensive Krieg, which
like
will probably still be
not
prevalent.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it needs to be a little bit more, like
Maybe
another grenade worth more at least.
Yeah, maybe not so much in the second round, but still doesn't really solve the problem. The value proposition is still the same.
Yeah. Okay, mousesports playing very defensively on this A bomb side. It seems like TYLOO have guessed correctly again, and mousesports stacking towards B, opting to go for an approach where they don't lose anybody early, but they have to guess where the C's are going with no info. Oh, Rops, he finds himself a kill, but the trade is immediate, and his teammate Carrigan goes down on the side. So that's round over effectively. There's lots of post-plant utility for mousesports. And mousesports, let's not forget, they did save all their carrying right now in the previous round, so they are buying in the following round, so they're looking to commit to get some kills. Maybe steal the gun away. That could be a good objective, but they do have Kevlar, so there is money to be saved as well still. So it looks like that is now what Woxic and Frozen will be doing.
Yeah, the MP9 definitely has utility, say, on the B bomb site to get some more grenades in the next round, should that be necessary. And TYLOO move to 3. Woxic's just trying to fix the radio under the table. Well, it's got a signal. At least that's something going the way of mousesports. Frozen and Woxic will hold on to what they have. So that's important. This is an important save. Frozen saves 1,700, and Woxic saves even more. I won't do the math with the MP9 in tow. So that's a lot of money saved for mousesports. That's important, especially with a crap start on Inferno. So let's see what they pull out. Carrigan will take the MP9. So indeed, it will be going towards the B bomb site. And again, it does have utility there. A lot of engagements are going to be very close range. Their moving accuracy is great. And you can see there is a lot of shortcomings. mousesports prioritizing the rifles over grenades in many cases. Carrigan, though, just got a bad angle. Attacker with a slight gap in the Molotov, and that's enough for a very fast 5 versus 4. A disastrous start for mousesports.
That is just disgusting, isn't it? Just there's no way for Carrigan to be able to see that because of all the smoke and everything. So knowing his angles beautifully well, Attacker looks like with that boost, he's going to hear absolutely everything that's happening in the apartments. It's a nice position, the top of the porch roof, but the issue is that if they do decide to go for a balcony play and wrap out of that position, problems can be quickly had. So we'll see exactly how mousesports are able to deal with this. And, immediately going down is Woxic. Rops will trade, though, doing a fantastic job. Chris J helping out as well. Finally, the trade comes through, and the transfer's good from somebody. Keeps holding down that mouse one, and it really pays off. Frozen now on the long rotation from the B side. He has a chance, but it is a 1 versus 2, and both of these players have time to reposition, and they have utility as well.
Yep, smoke's being deployed immediately, which makes things a lot stronger for them. They don't know where Frozen's coming from, though. He has a kit. If he's patient enough, he would have heard that smoke pop, but he's starting to move in. Somebody in the graveyard position, maybe looking towards the apartment. He may pop up and have a look every so often. There it is. Somebody is savage. A 3K from him in this round, and it's 4-1 for TYLOO. They look as strong on Inferno as they did in Overpass, and things are looking just as bad, if not worse, for mousesports.
Yeah, I completely agree. And one of those things is that we saw that on Overpass. Yeah, TYLOO had that fantastic T side, but one of the things that is different here is now that they're on the T side, and that changes things completely. But in terms of how you play Counter-Strike, so it's looking like they are just, again, as it appeared to me, they're playing fundamentally just better Counter-Strike than I've ever seen them play before. I have to say, they're looking much more rounded. They're looking, as far as the team play goes, great. They're looking great in terms of just how to find the edges like this. For example, this kill there from Attacker, that's a great edge, small edge to find. And you can see Carrigan, he's feeling a bit, he's feeling a bit silly.
Frustrated.
Yeah.
The problem is an early pick like that, when you've had such a struggle in the initial rounds, has such a huge impact, not only on the remainder of that round, but you're a map down already, and it's too much. It's a huge problem. There's a lot of frustration here for mousesports. They are unable to do anything versus a very dangerous TYLOO. Maximum loss bonus for mousesports. It's one thing that'll be going their way, and that's a great way to start off on Banana. They take a rifle. They've got map control. There's a lot of fire, though. Frozen has to go forward. There's no spray behind that fire. They're a bit late in that respect. That probably would have been a free kill, but alas. Frozen's just about alive, slowly creeping away with 9 HP. Carrigan will get taken out. That's a nice opening, inroads towards the A-bomb site. Rops will have to smoke himself off, but that leaves CT spawn open, which there is a rotation to from the B-bomb site for mousesports. And all they know is that one player is arched. Could be 2, could be 4, but at least there's 1.
Indeed, it's a nice catch by Summer. He can't find Rops, though. Rops picks up the AK very quickly and now repositions just as quickly as he looks to try to do some more damage. But, wow, Freeman's ready for it. And it looks like with Rops' death also dies the best chance for mousesports to do anything in this round. They will fall back with what they have. And there's just nothing else to do. And indeed, it only gets worse here, James. TYLOO, they just seem so overpowering.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a gamble for Woxic to stay library, because the bomb will probably send a rifle his way, but if they feel like they need to save even this, then these are very desperate times, and maybe there's a lack of focus there from mousesports. 5-1 for TYLOO. It's time to get the crayons out and start drawing pictures on the sides of the milk cartons, because mousesports are missing at the moment. Feel free to do that in MS Paint. I'd love to see the impressions, but this is no laughing matter for the Europeans. They are getting bodied from round to round at present. But here we are, maximum loss bonus. They have all the toys they want. 5,600 for Woxic, so actually saving that Kevlar secures the AWP and the odd piece of utility here and there. The safer approach, no need to try and fish for a weapon. 5-1. Now, will the AWP help change things? Frozen's only got 1 kill count. I mean, there's no point really going through. They've won 1 round, so their scores are going to suck. Now, can TYLOO continue to dominate? Finally, mousesports have got plenty of toys to play with. No early pick just yet for the T side. Plenty of players in mid. They should know Woxic's on an AWP. Freeman goes down for free. Woxic falls back. Looks like they just want to charge and not allow mousesports to really respond to what they're doing here.
Yeah, I mean, if they lose that player, that can be okay if they get position quickly, and it looks like they'll get not just position,
What?
but
He
also
hit
a
him!
kill. And indeed, what? It's, I don't know, I don't understand, James. Please explain.
Absolutely wild. They know this is a big round for mousesports TYLOO. They play a fast round. They don't allow them to really respond.
Yep.
But mousesports are close enough. The bomb's only just gone down. Summer's looking for the rotation. He's in the middle of both apartments. Off angle for him. He can activate later. Look for a player to make their way towards the apartments. But there are 3 around the corner on short flashes from both sides. Somebody might see a little something. Frozen, elevated and taken down. mousesports are going to the point of no return. 2 versus 2. Someone's on the bomb. It's Carrigan. Chris J's trying to cover, and this might just be the round for mousesports. I think it will be. There we go. Difficult. I didn't think they had it. But here we are. This is the second round for mousesports. 2 players survived, though, which is to be noted. But again, TYLOO just looking so sharp.
Yeah, just the very, 2 or 3 very marginal situations in the fights could have changed absolutely everything for either side. And TYLOO, you know, they've been finding consistent advantages with their play. And I love that round just because of how they know the big buys there for mousesports. They turn up the pace immediately to try to just crush mousesports. And it almost worked. mousesports didn't survive too many players, and they won a round. So their loss bonus is disappearing, and it's a very expensive rebuy for mousesports.
Oh,
That's
don't do it, Freeman!
Woxic opens it up with first blood, and TYLOO once again start the rounds with 1 less player. Last time they got positioning in return, but this time they don't have any positioning in return except Banana. But that was given to them by mousesports this time. And mousesports are now in a position where they're happy to just sit passively and wait for TYLOO's next move.
You know, Woxic has an AWP. Flash everything. Absolutely everything. Moving to the short position now, Woxic, as Summer takes top mid. Throwing a Molotov halfway down short, because he's looking for a sniper to re-peek. Woxic's got the talent to do it.
He's going through it, James, isn't he?
There's got to be a flash, though.
Here it is. How much does he get from it? Doesn't see anybody. Oh, so tense, isn't it? 50 seconds to go. Rob's forced to drop the smoke, and they're gonna. Oh, the bomb is actually towards Banana here, so they're actually they're causing the rotation. TYLOO actually owning this right now. The seesaw effect.
How could you not rotate? A guy just jumped out of the balcony and flew into the short position with flashbangs. How could you not rotate after that? Carrigan's out of position now, but he might make it to Coffins just in time. Chris J's on the way, but they have no idea what's going on. There are counter flashes, and TYLOO is stuck for the moment. Frozen by New Box is still alive, and he's got Carrigan to play off of as well. Bent it high, and he gets taken out. There's only somebody and Summer remaining. It's a 2 versus 5, and there's crossfires for days for mousesports. Somehow TYLOO have outmaneuvered mousesports to start off with, but still got no kills and almost done 0 damage in this round. That's absolutely wild what we're seeing from them, but this time it won't work out.
Yeah. It's, well, somebody's got to be careful not to dance the time here. Rob's might actually intercept him. He's got to start walking. There we go. Should be safe. Now, oh my God, he goes to the peak. He gets the kill. That's so outrageous. Rob's like, he can barely believe it. Oh, that's just, that makes no sense. Oh man, that makes absolutely no sense.
That's just rude.
It's so funny because it looks like he is like, yeah, I'm saving. He's tricked us all, James. But no.
That's like a last tick frag. Look, he's like, why? Just what's happening? He doesn't understand. Doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, it's interesting because TYLOO have a really powerful position still. Obviously, mousesports did survive with 5 players, which was the absolute worst case, obviously, for worst case scenario in terms of how TYLOO would lose a round. But I wonder if they overcomplicated things, if they regret not just trying to go in for the play into the A-bomb side. But it was difficult. They did lose a player immediately to Woxic. So we'll have to see what the adjustment is now, because this is a pivot now for mousesports. This is the moment when they can start taking control of the game after a round like that.
Yeah, TYLOO have looked good, but the problem is, what do you do in the face of adversity? How deep is your strat book? Do you have the presence of mind? Do you have the experience to go to plan B, to plan C, to pivot? 3 players will start on Banana for mousesports. Plenty of grenades. Freeman takes some damage. Starts to get worse by the Molotov. But things will calm down a little. Chris J makes his way back towards the A-bomb site. It's always nice to see a sniper on a short position, especially when the T's, like in the mid to late round, when the T's take top mid, you can often find the sniper creep back up. They generally just have more confidence doing that in that short position over the long area. So watch out for that later on. Just the one AWP for mousesports at present. Bomb collected, dropped in second mid. And there's a big focus from TYLOO towards A. No lurker in banana for the time being. Now, we saw a very interesting fake from them in the previous run. What will we see from them here?
Yeah, well, they have the labs control. Looks like, I mean, they could set up a balcony burst. You know, we saw previously that that's kind of worked out for somebody out of the lurk smoke with a flashbang from mid, as we often see. And there's the lurk smoke. It's falling back slightly, but still up there, elevated in the balcony, and he's going to be able to catch the attacker as he jumps down. More damage to be done. Rops is absolutely massacring the TYLOO push out of the apartments. It's just Bente and some of that remain. And how can they salvage this? They are close to maybe even having another round where their opponents survive with 5 players. Maybe not. Rops gets taken down again. And more damage looking to be done, but none will be had.
Rops is just a master of the apartments, as we said, either side. Doesn't matter. He is a master. But it's very interesting, the timing and the aggression that he is afforded. But maybe after the plays and overpass, that won't be so common in this game of Inferno. Time will tell. Takes a very confident player and team to play your game anyway, especially with a start like that. mousesports turning things around, and the money is starting to disappear for TYLOO. Bentet on a Deagle, attacker on a Mac 10, some on a CZ75. If you see a Mac 10 on the T side of Inferno against a 4-buy and it's not Avangar, you know there are problems. TYLOO's lead has been reduced to 1. Very passive start from TYLOO. Maybe expecting a potential rush down mid from mousesports. Got to be careful from the mid angles from Woxic as well. And some early flashbangs as they'll try to take banana. They haven't used much of their utility though. They're taking some added risk maybe to use it later on for their ultimate plan. Somebody showing presence with the Krieg. So they're showing strength in that respect. Spamming with the rifles.
Yeah, those walls are paper thin in the apartments there. It's very easy to get caught by a lot of damage if you're on the receiving end of that. Ooh, Chris, well, that surely will spread.
Surely. Surely not.
Ooh, he's actually fine. It's needed to be slightly deeper. It wouldn't have mattered too much anyway, and the rotations coming in. And with mousesports having 3 players top mids, mousesports should realize that a push is coming to the B-bomb site, but TYLOO's timing is actually fantastic because the rotation's not in just yet. They have a very good opportunity to do damage. Great shot comes out on the entry from Freeman, leaving Carrigan alone at the back of the bomb site. He's going to smoke himself off. He's trying to buy time, but in comes the CZ. God. Cannot deny Summer.
Rops is miles away looking for a lurker on the A bomb site, as there often can be, not on this occasion though. So Woxic and Chris J have got a lot to do. Woxic's lined up though, he's got his angles, but there's fire to move him away. And there's no incendiary for the CTs for that dark position, which is a problem. And there's no free rotation out, so it'll cost them everything. The point of no return, no smoke in CT, they can't exit, but they are forced to exit by TYLOO in the worst possible fashion. And that is going to cause some money problems. Rops on $2,000. They can spread the wealth. Carrigan's got almost 7K, but this is going to be a key round for both squads. 5 rounds to fight for in this half. And this could be a swing round for either side if they can win it by elimination. Look at that from somebody in Summer.
Yeah, there's some just fantastic entry fragging, and the defense there was just as good. And as you say, all the money, everything, almost every penny spent, and Bentet takes down Carrigan again on the B-bomb side, but there's 2 more players here. Do they decide to commit to top banana mousesports? Looks like they'll fall back. In fact, Chris J is actually rotating towards the A side of the map, so he's anticipating that this is just part of a default and that TYLOO do not decide to burst onto the B-bomb side as a result of that frag, which they don't. However, the bomb is there, and it does feel as though their intentions may be set on this B site, and there is a timing to be had.
I wonder how TYLOO read that situation. Chris J was towards CT with a flashbang for Carrigan, which just didn't work out for him, as we saw. 1 minute on the clock. And mousesports being pulled from pillar to post. Woxic had information top mid, but look how he's rotating with Chris J towards B, or yeah, he's going towards the B bomb site as well. They really don't know what's going on. They have no information towards A. Rops is playing inside the site. They're just gambling. But they are going for a retake of banana, it looks like. There's a grenade from Woxic. Chris J will swing, and he'll still see presence here. So maybe that convinces him. Bentet won't win the duel, but he'll leave Chris J on 19 HP. So things are becoming brittle now. Some are flying in the air. Nothing is going the way of mousesports.
Yeah, this is going to take a heroic effort from Woxic, who'll be denied by the Flames. And Bomb has been planted. They will have better sense than to peek into his position. And their money, again, let's not forget, it's absolutely ruined. The running will be heard here. Will they try to push through the smoke? Looks like no. And Woxic might get away. Now, the money is such that TYLOO could invest one player, but one player might not be enough here to try to get rid of these guns. They may just have to have that gentleman's agreement and allow mousesports to save the AWP and the M4. And indeed, that will be the case.
One of the issues, I think, in this matchup is that the head-to-head is 0. So mousesports are not familiar with TYLOO, so they don't know what to expect. And that's one of the advantages for playing people in the same region, is that you know what to expect. Like if you're playing the same player on a team, you're familiar with how they play a position and so on, so you have expectations. But versus TYLOO, it's all well and good to look at the demos and so on, but you're playing what might feel against unorthodox opponents, and that's not an easy skill to have to be able to deal with that. 4 rounds on the board for mousesports to the 7 of TYLOO. There were 3 in a row for mousesports. They're on their second timeout now, where they're trying to figure things out, because TYLOO are on a run once again. We said that was a potential swing round for either side. But if it was by elimination, Woxic will still have the AWP. You never know what can happen. We've seen multi-frags on Rops already. He still has an M4. Plenty of discussion on the mousesports side. Now, do TYLOO take this one slow? They know weapons were saved. They know they can't just run around T-ramp for free because Woxic has the AWP. Frozen is 1 for 5 at the moment. I mean, a lot of that, or a fair amount of that, has been Save Simulator. It is the CT side, of course. But again, TYLOO are just... They're keeping mousesports guessing. It's really hard for mousesports to figure out what on earth is going on. They're rotating. They're not really sure if it's the right thing to do. And we see their response now in this round.
Well, that is Christian Zorpi's carrying. His name is Profound Aggression. And we see that in this round from mousesports. And Carrigan will pick up the trade with the 5-7. We do have Summer sneaking below. And he's... I don't know that that's all that advisable, given that there was a mid-push, honestly. And it's going to be a problem now. Somebody also not suspecting that Carrigan was so close, which seems confusing. And it looks like TYLOO have completely misread the situation. What are they going to do here? Bentet does have site control on B, but the bomb is lost at the moment towards T-spawn, which the CTs don't have the bomb control, but Attacker's going to be alone in going back and picking it up. And look who's there holding the angle. It's Woxic with the AWP.
He's just staring. I mean, why not?
Oh my god, the timing. That's unreal. There's a way for them to win this round, TYLOO.
Yeah, they can. How could they possibly know mousesports, the bomb situation, and now they see Bentet on the B bomb site? Well, they've got to be careful. Rops, oh dear. Okay, well, there's a bomb site lost now. Does Attacker read that there's likely a rotation towards the B bomb site? Because you've got Rops coming down mid now. Well, this is a situation. Again, a dangerous round set up by mousesports. What does he choose to do? He makes a step. They know exactly where he is now. Woxic is close enough to hear that, and surely this is a free kill. No. He's just about still alive. Woxic, though, is also still alive. The fire is there, but Woxic is ready for it. Well, that's something for mousesports, and this could dramatically change the outcome of this half. Rifles collected by mousesports, an unlikely round for them. TYLOO have the money to weather the storm, but only for this round. Yeah,
that's such a big one to win. It did seem like TYLOO misread the situation pretty dramatically. You see Carrigan gets this kill. It's almost like there's no call that he's that deep, because then he's able to get or he's able to convert 2 more times, ultimately. So we'll have to see if there is a recovery from TYLOO. They're on a Mag-10 and a CZ amongst the other rifles, so it's going to be a fast play towards top Banana. And oh my god, they've taken insane amounts of damage from just the utility, but can they convert? Site control, flashbang's perfect, takes Attacker Carrigan, and there's more to be had, I think, behind that. There's still options to delay. See the utility sailing in from the CTs here. Spray through the smoke. Somebody finally bursts through and cracks open the defense, but they've taken heavy losses.
Somebody gets an upgrade. The bomb's on the floor. Woxic still has a fantastic angle, and there are no grenades left for TYLOO. Neither are their personnel. So mousesports have gifted themselves a chance to have a reasonable score on the CT side. Again, a nightmare still continues. TYLOO and Inferno, always a nightmare. But maybe there is light at the end of the tunnel, at least in Inferno for mousesports. They make it to 6 rounds. They've broken the money of TYLOO. So maybe there's a chance for 8. Certainly 7.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. Now, it's good to see because mousesports, it feels like, you know, no matter what happens from this point, they have a workable amount of rounds. And you could argue the same for TYLOO. I think, you know, we've reached that point for both teams. So, you know, for all of those of us interested in seeing the kind of most Counter-Strike in the closest game, going into that second half, I think already we're in a good spot for both teams. But we'll see a half buy here from TYLOO. Moving into that, they want to move into that final round with a full buy with all the toys, with all the AKs and Kriegs and everything else that they want. Let's see what they're able to do with this. They've got the hero AK on Summer actually, so he'll spend everything. And a Kevlar on Attacker as well as somebody, and a boatload of utility. So I love this actually. They are actually investing more than just a half buy into this round, and then maybe there's something to be done with that because they have additional players with Kevlar. The AK can be picked up if Summer fails, and you know, damage can really be done. So we'll see how they decide to open things up. They have not decided to go for a challenge on Banana. There's a deep smoke there from the CTs already. There we go. The late incendiary as the deep smoke goes from B. That does keep mousesports somewhat honest towards that B bomb site, not cheating an additional player towards A just yet.
It's all quiet as TYLOO creep in the apartments. Burglars. Although the door was open, technically speaking. But maybe it's still trespass. Robson, Chris J around the pit area. Woxic hasn't seen anything top mid just yet, but the grenades will tell a story, and Woxic chooses to fall back. There's a huge smoke around the pit position. Woxic briefly flashed in the arch area. Chris J waiting for something. 34 seconds on the clock. There's the first target. Seen and spotted, swatted by Woxic. There's a second one. TYLOO falling by double stacked bombs on the floor now, and Bentet remains. He's got 24 seconds to die. He needs his loss bonus to buy in the next round. Spots frozen, gets a 1 versus 1, but he will of course lose it as he should in that situation. 7-7 now as TYLOO will find their last buy of the first half.
And it's going to be interesting. It's actually looking like Woxic he's been warming up, and he's starting to get a little bit crazy. I think he's starting to get a little bit too warmed up, James. He's looking very dangerous, and that's a great sign for mousesports and their possibilities of success in this map. Of course, if you're just joining us, TYLOO absolutely crushed mousesports on the first map, Overpass. And mousesports looking to force it to a third, and obviously going aggressive once again. I said that he's feeling it. Not looking to see, oh no, this could be devastating. Attackers going to find a position, gets an instant headshot, trying to get more spray through the smoke. Only gets some damage, not fortunate enough to get a headshot, but it looks like Bentet will. Dink's frozen, I believe, with that Mag-10 as he switches out for the AK on the ground, as somebody in all of the chaos is looking to challenge towards the A side, but Robs is ready.
It all goes quiet again, save for a few sound cues on Banana. The players are heard rotating away, but you don't know if that's a fake information, as we've commonly seen in this tournament even. Sometimes T's will make one step on Banana to suggest it was an accident, to suggest something sinister is afoot. And indeed, as they made steps falling away, here they still are, 3 of them, so they were going for the fake sound cues. Will Freeman be ready for this position? Absolutely. Frozen was low, now he's even lower. Carrigan, can he get a multi-frag as he has with the AUG? No, not with the AK. Robson, Chris J remain 2 versus 3 in this last round of the first half.
Yeah, somebody was actually kind of harassing from the apartment through a smoke towards Moto, which did delay the A defenders in their rotation. And you can see now Chris J arrives late on the scene. Rops is looking for the lurk, and that's going to kill some of his time as well. And he's very much separated from his teammate, and it's the last round, so Rops is just going to try to do what he can, but it's going to be very difficult against the AWP, and Summer will take him out. 8 rounds for TYLOO, a very strong half, but we did see a recovery from mousesports. They get 7 in the end, and that's definitely going to be enough to work a T side.
Yeah, there was a big window which mousesports gave to themselves to climb through to get back into this half, and they've certainly done that. They kept it close. It was looking really, really worrisome. Again, the scoreboard isn't fantastic from top to bottom for mousesports, but sometimes that is based on position, so not too much focus on that, but they need to turn things around now as we move into the second half. Rob still fragging consistently regardless. 13 kills for him. Some are 14 for 9. And boy, did we see some absurd plays in that first half. The MP9 multi-frags around the fountain, low health, that was just outrageous. There might be a slight delay. Woxic will need to, or someone's going to restart.
Yeah, Rob's, yeah, his game crashed, it seems. So he'll be back in very quickly, I would imagine.
In a jiffy.
And he'll be underway shortly. So yeah, it's going to be very curious to see exactly how TYLOO play that CT side, because again, the CT side of this map is interesting. You know, there are lots of different ways you can play it. I think that there generally is a correct way to play it, though, because this map is so much about getting information, getting map control, rotations. But some teams, they will play a style where they play more defensively, so they don't really give up opportunities for the T side to get picks in the early game. But what they also give up for themselves is the opportunity to have enough information to make good calls in CT rotations late in the game. So it's kind of that's the trade-off. So we'll see, you know, which style of play TYLOO lean in towards. And if they go aggressive, James, I'm hoping that it'll be a bit more intelligent than it has been historically. But that has been the case so far this tournament.
Off we go. Bentet and somebody on banana. And Summer's in that coffin position with 2 flashbangs. We spoke about that earlier. You might see it. That's a lot of people seeing. Now Bentet needs that flash to come in, but where is Summer? Here goes the first one. They already passed the angle, though. Oh, nice pop from Bentet. He'll eat the second one, but still get a kill. Still alive by the sandbags. He's got no help. He's at the point. Newton! Bentet, what the hell is this? Is he going to get the ace? He's so close. How's he still alive? Rob's running out, but it's Bentet. What are you doing? What in the blazes is that?
That was absolutely incredible. I can't even believe the second kill. It seemed like he was completely blind, but Bentet was fully in the matrix, dialed in like no other. That was phenomenal, and what a way to absolutely crush your opponents. Their spirits, everything that they had.
Oh my God.
That's one of the most fantastic pistol aces I've seen in some time. And of course, it's from Bentet. Who else would it be at this tournament?
It's a triple peak. He's just slaughtering everybody. He's a walking abattoir.
And it won't stop. Summer diving down banana with a UMP. They want to take full control. It looks like he'll be taken down, and somebody wants to commit. We know that he does. MP9 will be sprayed. Great effect. And that'll be a 4 versus 3. Chris J trying to find some value top mid, looking for the quick 1D. He won't get it, though, and he's taking damage. More and more damage from the MP9. And he's going to fall away towards the arch side as he smokes off and goes through the smoke. Classic maneuver. But who is he going to catch?
I'm still recovering.
I know.
From a pistol round.
I know.
Holy potatoes.
That was amazing. That was truly incredible.
Well, Robs has the bomb alone in that short position. He needs to play off with his teammates. he's on short with a scout and a deagle. Looking for attacker to stand up. Stand up he does, but he doesn't take too much damage. 50 seconds remain. The bomb spotted, and now it is just down to Robs. 2 CTs per site. Bentet and somebody working together on banana. Now, 3 of them could get one shot with this scout, so they need to be careful. This is not as free as it might look. 33 seconds, though. Time is definitely a factor here. And maybe there's an instant trade track, although Robs has a deagle out rather than the scout. So Bentet will peek him. But, of course, Bentet will finish off the job. He is an absolute beast.
James, we can't quite hear the Chinese audience, but I can only imagine the roar that there must have been on over there from them when they witnessed just utter disgusting USP play from Bentet. And 10-7 is the scoreline. Now in favor of TYLOO, as mousesports are forced to a save, so it will likely only get worse for mousesports from here on, at least in the short term. The MP9s are in force here for TYLOO, interested in making the fat stacks, the greenbacks. Somebody with that deep and under control. Put himself Bentet, full support. And mousesports unable to really make much of a move here. The smoke on top mid is preventing them from sandwiching, or rather pincering the players on top middle. And mousesports are playing a setup which is fairly robust. And a round such as this, Obviously, Freeman's the only player that's really in a difficult position. But his teammates towards Arch really shut down any Arch play at all.
Yeah, there are no grenades. Oh, go on, go on. It's too late now. Or is it? Maybe it's not.
Maybe it is.
One player lost is not the worst thing in the world. Robson. Oh, boy. And this is like, you don't really want to engage like that. Like, why? That's the last thing you want to do. There's no need to jiggle into a tiny spot where somebody's trying to headshot you like that, but maybe he just doesn't care. 11-7, TYLOO bringing out the big guns. You can see that AWP has been deployed. 4-round lead for the CTs, who at this point have won both. Oh no, they didn't win both pistol rounds, but it feels like that because they won 5 rounds after mousesports won a pistol in the first half.
Here we go. mousesports will be denied Banana once again. Not too many grenades actually utilized in the take of Banana here from the CT side. They go for the immediate deep Banana smoke, and are they rotating out? What are they up to here? They're playing extremely passive on B now. And mousesports, with that deep smoke, are definitely going to be investing utility because they could, as far as they know, there could be 2 players behind that smoke. With how aggressive TYLOO like to be, everything's in question at all times. And TYLOO, and this is the thing, right? Normally, what happens is, if you want to treat a player to A, when you take deep Banana control, you actually have to play someone more forward. So they may actually think that there's 3 on A and only 2 on Banana right now. And, well, with the opening pick going the way of Summer, that all really paying off here. mousesports in a desperate position. They don't have too much utility left. They have 2 smokes, a Molotov, and a flash. That's it. That's really not too much to take A. They need to go towards B here with such little utility. There's no other option.
Somebody's going to see the barrel of a gun, surely. He's playing an angle you don't see very often. Not in this setup as a lone player. Oh, he just starts to creep at the perfect time. It's a 2-man spray down with the MP9 out with the P250. He's just buying time and doing even more damage. Bent it with a weird angle now, but Robs is ready for it. What a disastrous situation, though. 16 seconds. Will there be a golden shot through the smoke? The plant is completely exposed. The HG grenade. Robs going for more damage, but the Tracers will be punished. He was playing for the W, but he'll get the L instead. And it's a 5-round lead now for TYLOO. They survive with enough players alive.
What a play from somebody. I cannot even believe that he gets an extra kill there. If you consider the fact that Robs actually gets 2 kills, and well, then the 3rd kill through the smoke before he dies, if that extra kill from the P250 made all of the difference from somebody, and 12-7 is the scoreline as a result of that, and it must feel so difficult for mousesports. Just these small things going wrong repeatedly. It feels like TYLOO are constantly in their game. They're playing their game, and everything's going well. And for Robson, the rest of mousesports, it must feel like they're just constantly trying to get into the zone. They're constantly trying to get into their game, but they just keep getting denied by plays like this. Somebody, incredible display there on Banana, and that is going to be difficult to recover from. It's a force buy. Well, it's a big half buy as a result.
What a great day of CS for the Chinese fans so far. This is quite a substantial buy from mousesports, despite the lack of primary weapons. A lot of utility thrown over second mid. Summer forced back, but here is the bait situation. Will anybody check? Attacker's good for 1, he's good for 2. Just about. Able to fall back as well. There's high ground advantage for the time being. Freeman falls off, but he's done some more damage now. 2 players remain. Robs will be heard. He's just got his teammate in the face. That's not ideal, but he will make up for it by taking out Attacker as well. 3 versus 2, super awkward. Robs taken out from the back, leaving Woxic alone. And 3 players once more survive for TYLOO, who are now 3 rounds away from a grand final in Shanghai, of all places.
Yeah, it feels like mousesports are getting to a position where they're very deflated, very dejected, struggling to... They need a huge clutch. They need something to energize the team, to really rejuvenate them at this point, because right now, you know, it's that kind of psychological, that mental defeat is going to be setting in. As TYLOO TYLOO are making plays. TYLOO are making plays. It's all about TYLOO making plays after plays, and mousesports, we don't see all that much coming out from them in recent memory. Maybe this will be the difference. There's a lot of mousesports players moving towards the A side of the map. They're looking to go quick. They're turning up the pace. Chris J all the way deep on the arch position already. They're going to cut the side in half with the smokes.
There are 6 smokes up around the A bomb site at the moment. How on earth do you avoid variant? Somehow Attacker and Freeman are getting all the kills. They did not have the numbers advantage. There are still 6 smokes up. This is ridiculous. Woxic and Carrigan remain. They've got no frags in this round, mousesports. They had a fast play. There are sound cues here for somebody. He will hear Woxic going past, but there's no rotation just yet towards the B bomb site. He can still hear Woxic, and now they start to rotate. He knows he's stuck in banana. Woxic has got no idea, and he's got no grenades either. There's a flank from somebody, but what does he choose to do? This will split the CTs between both sites now. No more sound cues, but he's pre-firing everything, which tells them the B bomb site again. He's 1 versus 2 on B, and there's the angle from Summer. TYLOO moves to 14.
What's kind of crazy is that one of the benefits of running a really fast round like mousesports did is, one, yes, you change the pace, which might throw off your opposition. There's the element of surprise in that quick timing, might give you a quick couple kills, may actually allow you to take a round just off of that. But on top of that, it's about getting into position to get your players kills and get your players in a fast, energetic round to kind of lift everybody. But there they got shut down. That's the absolute worst possible thing that could ever have happened. And mousesports now, it's just 2 rounds for TYLOO, and they've had no success. They've had no single round victory on this half so far. 2 Kriegs, 2 AKs, a CZ, limited utility. That's what they're working with now.
Mousesports have half the score of TYLOO. They've got about half the grenades as well. Carrigan does not have a primary weapon, but that's not the worst thing in the world. He's got one to pick up now. Mousesports have top mid for the time being, but that's about it. That's all they have to shout about at the moment. 4 versus 5. They've all got rifles at this point. Such a well-timed Molotov. So well-timed. TYLOO look unstoppable in this particular series.
And here we go. Arch side taken over by mousesports. Carrigan with a nice opening. And Freeman will be stabbed in the back by Rops. Not literally, of course. Attacker taken out as well by Woxic. And it's starting to look a bit better here now for mousesports, able to peel away the defense enough that they can take a bomb plant. And it's looking very decisive here. The save will be immediately called by TYLOO. It's nothing really to be done. Too far away. Too many players left for mousesports. And it is a glimmer of hope in an otherwise desperate and desolate place.
Well, success has been, this is the first round for mousesports in this half. It's been all TYLOO. It's been a monstrous start. Somehow Rops is still positive, 20 for 16.
Yeah, he's been MVP of mousesports. There's no question about it this entire tournament.
Ooh. Who knows where that bullet went? 6 rounds to tie the score. Now, I would say this is an important round, but what round it isn't for mousesports at this point? The margin for errors are very small, but the money is low for TYLOO, so maybe they'll... you know what? Even if they break the money for TYLOO, I think every round is still terrifying because they just don't know what to expect from the Chinese team. 2 AWPs out now for TYLOO. Again, they changed their approach after losing just the 1 round in this half. Somebody and Summer will have the sniper rifles. 3 players towards TYLOO to start off with. Somebody will be holding angles with the scope. There might be a gap in the smoke. Indeed, there is. So mousesports have to be careful. This could be the worst of surprises.
Oh, man. I really hope for their sake no one walks into that. Oh, somebody he knew. He knew that somebody was...
Oh! It's a small tag.
Oh,
It's a big tag. Is it going to get him again? No.
Oh, dear. That was close. Another slither of damage on Frozen. He's not having a good time, is he, in this game?
It's about to get worse, it seems.
He is really not having a good time. Christian in the apartments with Rops. And as you said, Rops, the master of the apartments, the overlord.
Well, it seems like his diploma's been rescinded by TYLOO in this particular game. 50 seconds, poking and prodding in Boiler. And again, they've seen an AWP towards Banana. They might not realize that there's a second one. They might think that the 1-AWP is towards B, but they have fallen back a little, TYLOO. Surely, look at just all the dry peeking. I mean, they've barely got any grenades. There's one flashbang for mousesports, so they have little choice but to go for the peaks. And of course, the bomb just goes falling forwards. And now the teams are isolated in that short area. Chris J drops the bomb on the site. 3 players remain between TYLOO and the grand final. Almost, sorry, it's 14, not 15. But it's pretty bad for mousesports. A great burst from Robs, but he has to do more.
He'll get taken down by the Oppa Summer, and what a beautiful play from TYLOO. They got the opening kill or two, and then they just held in super passive positions, put mousesports in an impossible scenario where they had to peek into about 3 players to get a single duel. That was, again, this is the discipline that we're seeing from TYLOO. And a level of discipline I don't remember seeing from them quite to this degree. And it's proving very useful in this battle against mousesports, who, at the very least, they will have enough money for a full buy, pretty much. It's only Carrigan who's going to be struggling on the grenades. And from start to finish, this has looked like TYLOO's match.
Some huge chance. Huge chance for TYLOO. It's a great story for a Shanghai event, for sure. mousesports running out of steam, running out of utility, dry peaks, and the landscape becomes more arid for them as TYLOO make it to match point. One more round for TYLOO. This has been an uneventful series for mousesports so far. Once again, they've got the 4 AKs out and the CZ. They have got bags of utility, and it's Summer's turn to take angles towards top mid. Maybe catch a player off guard. Looks like they've got fast intentions towards B this time. Frozen looking to go through the flames, but he'll have to be careful. I think his opportunities have been lost now. But Banana's taken very quickly by mousesports. However, somebody just loves the push, doesn't he? Frozen left of 20. There's Molly's to force him from his angle. Gets around the corner in time.
It's actually so funny that if that he was actually thinking to keep peeking that. If that had been an HE grenade, he probably dies. Ruthless aggression, and again, they're aggressive in apartments as well. It's really unbelievable. TYLOO is so confident at this point, willing to take all the fights, and they end up trading 1 for 1, which isn't actually too bad. 2 players on the B bomb site still here to defend. They will boost. Somebody will boost up his teammate here, Bentad, into an elevated position.
I think somebody was going to re-peek again, but he heard some jumping on Banana, and now the push is coming in. The entire team is here, but somebody is the one delivering. Bentad playing off of his teammate. The trader's here, but somebody will die for the cause, and he's left his team in a 2 versus 1.
That was a pretty phenomenal headshot as well from somebody just before he goes down, really making this difficult. But now it's Woxic. It's only Woxic. He has to save his teammates here. This is it. It's match point for TYLOO. Woxic looking to defend with the AWP, and he's going to go for the second shot. He doesn't win. That is perfect from Woxic. Both kills, no hesitation. Ruthless stuff from him, and that will keep mousesports in this just for 1 more round at the very least. He keeps them alive, but for how much longer can they stay alive?
You say only Woxic, Dan. It is never only Woxic. Great play from him. Limits the places he can be pushed from. Sees all the information on the first peak, and he's not shy to go for the second. But look at the sigh of relief. Look at the sigh of relief. And again, there's no more margin for error for mousesports. They need to break the money once again, and this is the round to do it. There's no money left if TYLOO loses this round. That doesn't mean anything's guaranteed, though. We've seen that. TYLOO are not shy. So even if it's just pistols in the next round, it will still be very dangerous. Chris J and Frozen, a 2-man push top mid, and that's a great response. Taking out the CTs all over the A bomb site. It is open for business now. Somebody in Bentad have to save.
Fantastic maneuver there from mousesports. Really well coordinated. The timing looks just spot on, and the swings, that was actually so perfect. It's not, I have to say, I don't think it's very common that you see it go quite as smoothly as that. The CTs usually are able to do a little bit more damage, but both mousesports players, I think it was Robs and Chris J, they were able to get their respective entry frags on either the arch side or the porch side, and they just steamrolled it from there. So really well played mousesports, but they need a lot more than that. They've got to dig real deep here to save themselves from this just incredible TYLOO squad, who are looking like they have their eyes set on the trophy already, James.
Yeah, but now mousesports have made it to 10. I know, I mean, 5 rounds will feel like a pilgrimage down the Silk Road, but it might not be. Might not be that bad. But again, a round like this, I mean, every round is still dangerous. But who knows what to expect from a round where TYLOO have an AWP and an M4? I certainly don't. Now, the positive for here for mousesports is that they should be able to deal with a lot of potential things with utility, with Molotovs and so on. But you just don't know what to expect. Somebody will take the AWP towards the A bomb site. Bentet with the M4 will have 2 men flanking him as he makes his way towards B. So there is danger in every direction for mousesports. Bentet, where he got his pistol ace, just creeping by the sandbags. This is a flashbang we spoke about in the, I think the first half, basically. Standby coffins, aim at the aerial, easy to replicate for those of you at home, so learn it. Molotov deployed while the smoke is still up, so no cause for concern just yet. Attacker is here. Maybe it's to be a bait for Bentet. There's a CT flashbang, and here comes the carnage. Bentet only good for 1 this time. The monster has been stopped.
He's been slain, but there is still 1 more player on the bomb site. Although Summit doesn't really have anything, only just a USP, a measly USP. So I would imagine he is going to get wasted by these mousesports players. Oh my god, I spoke too soon. What is happening? That USPs are doing enormous damage. That was almost a 2nd kill out of that one. And somebody is left alive with the AWP. He'll likely be able to keep this if he's careful. Just dribbling this. Oh, he's gone a bit too deep there. Ross will take full advantage and contemplating just for a moment.
Ross is always creeping. He's the guy in the corner of the club with the jacket on. He's just always creeping. 4 rounds now. 4 rounds for mousesports. 4,500 for TYLOO. A buy would not be perfect, and we have a timeout. The timeout is called by TYLOO. Their 3rd of this game. The pressure starts to rise now for the pride of China.
Indeed. It's been good to see from mousesports' perspective that they've been able to find confidence in their game plan, confidence in some of the calls that have been made, because there's a certain point at which you can be making all of the right decisions, but if it gets to that point where there's that psychological breakdown, you're going to start missing a lot of shots, and that's obviously what you never want to get to that place. And it feels like mousesports, whatever place they're in, however bad it is, that hasn't happened yet, and they're still in this to win it, to force it to a 3rd map, and what a comeback it would be if they're able to secure overtime to just to start with. There we go. Aggressive Bentet, aggressive TYLOO, and that's a lineup and a half there from him. He's looking to get another one. Oh, the jumpy comes in. I don't know what that was about, but Frozen will take full advantage. Some are looking to get an elevated position there. The smoke goes down, and he will fall back behind it. Another time, or sorry, another round in which it's a 4v3 early on in favor of the mousesports team.
That spray from Banana maybe makes TYLOO nervous enough to rotate Attacker and Freeman. I guess they'll stack 1 site together. If it's the wrong site, they can save. That doesn't always happen, though. Sometimes people get itchy feet and start moving around and just losing a few more weapons. They have a flashbang on Freeman, so he's boosted up Attacker, but if he makes his way towards Coffins, they could go for that information play. Someone could start to creep up. It's either that or play a reactive game. They'll hear the smoke towards Arch as mousesports take A. Rob's creeping once again. They'll make very sure that nothing untoward is going on. Super safe plant. I'm not sure if they cleared apartments. I don't think they did, so that would make sense. If they knew apartments was cleared, they'd probably plant under the Vino sign, which is a pit plant, if you will.
I think it's a situation for TYLOO too, where it's good to see the discipline, because they have to survive. They basically have to survive with 3 in this round. If they were to lose an additional player, then they wouldn't be able to restock fully on M4s and expect to have full utility. So, and there won't be any AWPs for TYLOO. So that might be that's I think slightly annoying for them. And here comes the mousesports team. The stepping will be heard. Will they lose a player? It looks like someone will defend. 1. Frozen takes down another. Summer stays alive. Good effort there from both sides, actually. TYLOO survived with just enough players for it to be okay. And with the kills that were made as well, that will actually help them in dropping M4s. But that will impact the utility. Now will TYLOO decide to go for the full buy here? Looks like they actually won't. And I think that's a very smart choice, because having the AWP, I think, is an instrumental difference for the TYLOO side. And this buy could do a lot of damage by itself as well.
Yeah, I guess they get a half buy, a full buy, and maybe a force buy. this way around. So they might squeeze out a little more. But Mouse will have to identify what the setup is. We have a few HEs. Bentet has one. He's by the half wall now. Both HEs towards Banana. Summer will deploy his first. Nothing doing there. We've got some well-timed flashbangs. These flashes have been such an issue for mousesports across this half. On this occasion, they're ready for it. They are a little further back. Molotovs to force the CTs from their positions. They've been such a nuisance in that area. And maybe that sends mousesports towards the A-bomb site because TYLOO have had so much success from that position. You can see TYLOO kind of figuring out what exactly they want to do here. Summer will be... No, they're going to just go towards the A-bomb site. They're going to stack. It's going to be a 5 versus 5. That smoke actually allows them to rotate through Library, but Summer and somebody are wondering about a wrap towards B because they've got no vision of B now.
And the slow push comes in. Attacker's going aggressive. Does he find a good timing in this spot? Or will he get flashed at the wrong spot? Oh, he goes in for the push. He gets absolutely nothing. The recommittal there from somebody also gets nothing on the trade. Bentet alone on the side with the CZ, and he's going to have to do his best twist impression to get a win out of this situation. And he's not going to hit any of the bullets that he needs to, and that's going to be the round for mousesports, as it should be. mousesports are very close to completing the comeback now, James.
They are. That rotation from TYLOO had me scared for mousesports. There's been so much catastrophe in the series for them. I just expect more, but the gap has been reduced to 2. The difference in how this half has gone is absolutely insane. It was 6 rounds in a row for TYLOO. And then after one reset, it's been all mousesports. Oh, no. That is a nightmare. You just never want to see. Somebody now will suffer the early loss, just as Carrigan did through the flames in the first half. This is their last full buy, TYLOO.
Yeah.
In normal time. This is their last full buy, and that's how they're going to start it.
There's almost a world in which, you wonder, like, as you say, because it's their last full buy, how confident are they that they could win a round with the force buy? Now, they will have max loss bonus, so I think, we're not going to see any saving shenanigans. They need to play this out, play this round to win, but a different situation. There's a world where you think about it.
Look, man, Bentet's on the B-bomb site. Sometimes he's as good as 3 people. He has a Molotov and a smoke. That smoke would suggest a retake, actually, which will deter mousesports. That's such a smart play. I think most people alone are just going to put the smoke down normally in front of the site. But that smoke suggests that there are numbers that might bait mousesports into moving towards the A-bomb site. They've almost completely abandoned Banana because of those grenades. He had the right grenades and the right brain. However, Frozen and Woxic are waiting for a play on Banana. In the meantime, mousesports will go fact-finding towards top mid. Now, the bomb is towards A, but there's still time for it to rotate. Now, will Frozen and Woxic try to bait a rotation towards the bomb site? Bentet has no vision in that respect, and there's a trade top mid, so they might realize what's going on. There's a crossfire for the site, and time is precious now for mousesports.
Yeah, the bomb is moving towards that site. It's committed. Oh, no, both players going down on the bomb site. It's up to Bentet to save this situation. Beautiful stuff from mousesports. What a decisive and clean attack, all things considered. They had no information. They didn't really know what the perfect play was going to be. As you said, James, Bentet with a master stroke with that molly and that smoke. It did its job. He gave his team the best chance that they could have had. We saw mousesports walking into or rather pushing into the lane area, having to try to entry frag, and that really that did give TYLOO the engagements that did allow them to at least have a say-so in how this round was going to go, but they couldn't get the connections that were required. And mousesports are 1 away from tying it all up. And one thing that I think to note is that TYLOO, I don't think we've really seen them with maximum utility or with an AWP really at the same time in quite some time, it feels like.
I think Frozen took command of a chicken at the end of that round, which shows that the spirits are increasing, but still, they are still really under pressure.
I like that TYLOO are using their 4th timeout. This is the time to do it for sure.
Somehow they've squeezed a lot of utility out of this round. Really important that Bentet was able to hold on to something. Somebody will pull out the UMP. There's an MP9 for Freeman, but this is a very winnable round for TYLOO. By no means is the worst ever for mousesports. Summer has an AWP and no Kevlar. This is an extremely dangerous team. Can mousesports take us to overtime at the very least? The decider would be Dust 2. I'd be very curious to see how that one would play out. But first, we have round 30 on Inferno.
Absolutely, going down to the wire. It's been a great show of strength from mousesports and a great show of resilience and constitution to get themselves this far. And it's going to take a lot of nerve to get themselves over the line entirely. And lots of nades exchanged here. Top banana, somebody in the position we saw Bentep previously. Oh, he's going to be smoked. He's smoking himself off there. They know that he's there. Bentep has the support. Trying to jump out of the smoke. Somebody gets a kill out of it with the UMP. That's unreal.
Oh my God.
And HE does massive, well, not massive damage, but a good chunk of damage. And the AK is collected by somebody. He's going to try to do what he can. It's a 5 versus 4 for TYLOO. We haven't seen them start with advantage in quite some time.
Yeah, that HE could turn some M4s into AKs in duels of those two players. So they could have a lot to do with this. That's a nasty peek from Woxic. And he makes it a 4 versus 4. They're acting fast. Freeman is alone on the A bomb site. He needs help, and he's not going to get it anytime soon. Bentet's choked off by the smokes. Freeman did what he could, did some damage to Chris J. Wrong tool for the job, maybe. 3 versus 4. TYLOO, of course, have to go for this. It's the last round of normal time.
What a response from mousesports. The pacing of that was absolutely perfect. That decisiveness is definitely experience for you. Bentep will make his way in, the first man, scanning to see if he can find any players. These Kriegs from these headshot positions are very scary indeed. Chris J has great first bullet aim as well. And he's waiting for the perfect timing. Some forward smokes there to get some space for the CTs. And there's just so many Ts. They're all in position. This is so devastating. There is no frags going the way of TYLOO. That's 15-15 overtime. What a comeback here from mousesports, but it's not done just yet.
A colossal effort from mousesports. Rob's close to the 30 bomb, and now we might see some smiles. Rob's actually looks happy. He's been putting in work from start to finish, but his team have caught up. It is overtime, and you have to wonder now. This is what you spoke about at the beginning, when Chris J mentioned when you're the home team and the crowd go quiet when you're not winning anymore. This is the situation we're in. It was looking amazing for TYLOO. The fashion in which they won some of those rounds, the pistol ace from Bentep, all that stuff is history now. We are in a very different climate from their perspective, and mousesports will feel surely like they are in charge. They will continue on the same side, and that might be important. Momentum is in their favor just about. However, towards the end of that, the money sucked for the most part for TYLOO. Now everybody's on a full buy. Also, with all those rounds, you saw that mousesports finally started to adapt to the plays around the sandbags, top banana, multiple times. Well, even though they adapted, they still got fragged by UMP in that position. But they are expectant. They know what to expect from TYLOO now. They're absorbing information. They're becoming familiar with the players and the plays. And now TYLOO have to make something out of nothing. They've got to bring out something new and surprise mousesports in overtime.
Now, we actually don't see any AWPs purchased by TYLOO, which I have to say is a little surprising. They're looking after their economy. And you often see teams even just go double ops with all the money and just play for everything straight away. And that's great grenade usage. They're coming out of, that's a free kill. Well, it's not free, it costs a couple HEs, but it feels free.
They've gone double orgs instead of double orps.
Yeah, absolutely. And mousesports, they're shepherded back towards the top mid. And TYLOO know it. They've got banana control.
Someone might just see the bomb.
Yikes.
Well, that's not the bomb, but Frozen is right behind with the bomb. He doesn't want to show it. Those are all the intentions, but he has to swing. That's the bomb on the radar now. That's the information. Bentep starts moving immediately to the A bomb site. Woxic, the barrel of his gun just about conceded his position. The Orgs, what is the meaning of this? Krieg will trade out in the arch position, and now we've got a 2 versus 4. That's just the opening frag for mousesports. It's still a disastrous position, but Robs and is bursting. It's back. Somehow it's made into a 2 versus 2. Mousesports turning this around.
Yeah, it looked like TYLOO had locked them out of the bomb site, but it seems like that wasn't enough. Bentep, that's a great incendiary. That will actually force Frozen forwards for the duel, and Bentep capitalizes, but they have to deal with Robs, and he is ridiculous with his AK looking for the 1 versus 1s. He finds the one. Can he get any kills here? There it is. So he has to get the reload in. Somebody is now elevated. Robs, he makes it work. Robs with 3, and that's going to be mousesports with the first round of overtime. That's unreal. I think we all thought they had no chance, but they turn it around.
That is epic. And, I mean, credit to Bentet in the 2 versus 2 in the first place. He has so much awareness, throws the Molotov to the side, goes in the cubby to stop anybody else from picking him. He's hiding from the trade fragger. Rops pops up, looking for him, can't see him. Teammate goes down, forced from his position, but Rops is a beast. He's an animal in this. One shy away from the 30 bomb now. He's been so important in every single series for mousesports. And now the AWP is out for somebody. He's over towards the banana position. The double logs came close. A 4 versus 2. Somehow mousesports turned it around. And TYLOO will change things up once again on their CT side.
Yeah, and mousesports really testing their resilience for a change. As we'll see the quick push up top mid in towards the lane position. The double entry, Summer now swinging. It's got to be a big swing hit from Summer, but he's forced back by the flashbangs. He can't get anything out of that. And, oh, this is difficult. They have the orb. They've spent everything. They might have to go for a save here, but actually, now Summer gets that kill. Does that commit them?
Oh.
Well, that should definitely not commit them anymore because they need to save this orb. They need to save the orb. They've got no money in the bank.
In some ways, it's unlucky for TYLOO, that previous round. The way it started with the HEs on banana, the kill without even seeing anybody, the 4 versus 2. But, I mean, credit to mousesports for fighting their way out of it. It really feels like the advantage has absolutely swung in mousesports' favor. And note the change of pace as well. The slow rounds were more difficult for mousesports, but they're being more decisive. They're not allowing TYLOO the time to go for those constant repeaks and the pot flash plays and the other such nonsense. They're just being decisive. They see an advantage, they seize it, and they take the rounds as well. 2 from 2 so far. It's the first team to 19 to take it to Dust 2.
Gotta say, Rops he's been in the gym, James. He is lifting a lot of weight right now. He's been doing so much for mousesports. His quality is something we can't really talk enough about in this tournament so far. And again, adopting that style of shooting that I think made Rain famous, actually. Made Rain, when he was in the argument as a top 5 player in the world, that was kind of the shooting style that we saw out of him, especially on the CT sides. But enough about that. We see the buy here. It is lacking. We see the Mag 7 in the hands of Freeman. And we won't see TYLOO going all that aggressive. They don't have enough utility to really do that. mousesports, once again, they've had a lot of success entry fragging in top mid, and it looks like they'll go for that again. Big HE coming in, and that's going to take a big chunk out of Chris J.
The double burst, we saw this previously. Rops eats a little of the flashbang, but there's nobody there for TYLOO. They're playing passive. They are trying to adjust just as mousesports are. Someone doesn't stay too long. He doesn't fight to the death, doesn't need to. They'll play the crossfire. Some semblance of a crossfire from inside the site. Summer will have an angle along with his teammate in the pit. Carrigan's taken out. Now there's a creep in library as the smoke starts to dissipate. So things could get worse for mousesports. We've got 2 lurkers in mid, 1 for either side. Somebody's getting tagged in the pit by Rops, I think, and down somebody goes. Now there's a potential to go towards B bomb site, which Bentek can deal with. Frozen swatted in CT spawn, and they start to fall back. Some harassment from a Mag 7, but there are 3 players alive.
That smoke grenade is pretty damn key. You can see it's not necessarily the absolute ideal smoke grenade for Bentet, but he's going to hide in the cubby in the pole position, looking to see what damage he can do. They surely wouldn't expect him to be in this spot. And what is the play here for mousesports? Do they decide to go through this? Rops wants to sit in that smoke until it dissipates. We talked about the little one-way that you get when you do that. That Rops has been abusing all tournament long so far. Bentet, how much damage can he do? Oh, he can't find anything. It's Rops. Oh, my goodness! Attacker almost gets the 3rd, but Woxic still alive in the 1 versus 2. Enough time for the plant and the reposition.
This is a problem. Woxic's a beast. Freeman doesn't have the range with the Mag 7, but Summer is creeping, so Freeman can try and make as much noise as possible because someone's coming in from the back, ding-dong, and there is a much-needed round from TYLOO.
That's got to be like the first round in like, what, how long?
Too long.
A long time, at least like 10 rounds, I feel like. And that's a sigh of relief, just reminding themselves that they can actually win rounds again is a pretty big deal. So what a clutch coming out from them. So many high-level plays. The fact that, Bentet wins that kill around CT spawn. The fact that he understands...
Someone needs to slap that guy sleeping in the front row. What the hell is going on?
It's a travesty. Either way, we're seeing such high-level plays from both teams right now, and it is so amazing to watch. I love it.
Don't actually slap that guy, but just be like in front of his face, wake him up. Can't be having that.
So look at this transfer. That is so sick. Almost getting the 3rd off of it with the FAMAS. Imagine if he has an M4, James. He probably gets that 3rd kill. Imagine the new FAMAS.
That would have been a fantastic highlight.
It would have been.
But here
his
we
team
are.
still takes the round, so it's good enough.
33 kills for Rops, 32 kills for Summer, fighting for supremacy, fighting for survival, fighting for a final. And they switch sides, finally. TYLOO on the T side, always entertaining. It was a pretty cool CT side as well, but hey, mousesports felt the pressure and just forced their way back into the game with a flurry of rounds towards the end of normal time. But here we are, Woxic with the CT angles with an AWP. That's going to be a problem. TYLOO will shy away from an AWP of their own, but there are plenty of scopes with 3 Kriegs on deck.
Absolutely. We're going to see. It looked like mousesports wanted to get aggressive towards Banana there, but of course the Nays really saying otherwise. And oh my goodness, 2 immediate entry frags coming out. That is extremely disappointing for mousesports. A huge problem off the bat, but TYLOO still have to close this one down. Oh no.
Oh, just that one tick. Now, Robs doesn't know what's around the corner. Somebody might be too far away to hear that, but Robs has no idea. He will take a duel, though, towards the balcony. You can see TYLOO taking it slow. Frozen creeping back quietly behind the smoke. And attackers crab walking, looking for something. 1 minute 10 on the clock. Oh, he hears the footsteps. There's panic now. Frozen's alone. They'll hit roughly where he is, but there's a huge flashbang. He only gets one, though. Will they go through the smoke again? Attacker's taken out, but there's the trade. 3 versus 2. Everybody charging through. Man like Robs on the B bomb site. Leaves somebody alone. 2 versus 1. The bomb is at his feet. And maybe a game point might be as well. Woxic creeping by the coffins. The smoke is up. Now the smoke is gone. Woxic has the angle for his teammate. Robs can watch CT. How on earth does somebody do this? He's got to find the right angle. He has the right kind of peek. Robsic with a crouch peek. And now he has no idea where Woxic is. 33 seconds, though. He has to be careful. He considers everything. Woxic is very, very capable. There's a gap in the corner of this smoke. Who's going to see who first? I think he might have seen him cross. He's running for it. 19 seconds. Is it even time? Does he fake? Does Woxic stay? So many questions, Dan.
Yeah, this is very difficult. Is there even time for this? This is going to be extremely close. He needs 3.5 seconds to plant the bomb. Oh, man. 5 seconds. Oh, he just, with half a second to spare, he just about has time, and Woxic is out of position. Somebody has actually found a way to get a favorable position out of this. That's unbelievable. And now goes Woxic, and there it is! Lethal precision from somebody with the Krieg, and that is another round 1. And I cannot believe how back and forth these rounds are going. It looked like TYLOO had that B-bomb side. Then Rob swings in with the double. It's just unreal.
I think Woxic turned around and ran into Library to bait the crowd into shouting, to bait a peek from TYLOO. Because he just turned around again straight away. But either way, 17 apiece. Somebody with that Chinese abacus, he had that time down to a T. First team to 19 to take the game. Attacker's on fire. Attacker's no longer on fire. Carrigan, top banana. Man, that performance from Rops is not enough on this occasion. But there's still more work to be done for all concerned.
He's doing what he can. He's really doing what he can. Oh my God! Imagine being somebody's teammate, James. Imagine how stressful that must be. Well, Carrigan is going to go into a stressful situation, going deep on the B-bomb, on the banana position, I should say. And there's actually no fire through that smoke from the T side, and Carrigan gets away with murder. And it's going to be difficult for TYLOO. They've lost a man, and they've not really gained too much. And there is a reality where we could see mousesports push top banana again later for info. So they haven't yet gained full banana control.
Yeah, 1+ for TYLOO is that there's no AWP for the CTs. If Woxic was, say, on short of an AWP, maybe he does that. There's a smoke up on Arch at present. And maybe TYLOO go for a North-esque bundle into the B bomb site. Just abuse the numbers. You can see somebody slowly creeping away, although Woxic and mousesports start to wonder as Woxic goes more passive into the Arch position, but the smoke is gone. Will Woxic get curious? He does go to look at top mid, but I think it's too late because here comes the execute. There's that pop flash from Frozen once again, and the T's will eat it, and they will isolate them and slow them down. Carrigan gets 1 kill with no response. Dancing by the pillar, he's baiting a great burst, and they are cleaning up mousesports on the B bomb site. All the frags taken. Look at the pop off from Carrigan. It is game point to mousesports. They have worked hard for this. Yeah,
and suddenly mousesports looks like they've actually brought TYLOO down from a godlike level to, and then once again, mortals, they bleed, and mousesports are definitely capable of taking them down in this map and forcing the third one. And so many crazy plays. I have to say that the level that mousesports had to go to start winning rounds is pretty remarkable. And TYLOO, I mean, they can't count them out just yet, but they need to force another overtime. That's the best case in this situation for them. As ropz goes aggressive on mid, the flashbang, it's going to have him in a very bad position, and it's going to be Freeman to take the kill. And now it's mousesports' turn to start off with a man-down situation. And look at the pacing coming in here from TYLOO. But Chris Jason Boiler, he's going to get a free one. He's got a shot in the back, though. 4 versus 3. It's Woxic alone on the bomb site with the AWP.
Oh, my God.
Great shots from him as another headshot comes in. And it's Karrigan in the mid position now. And Bente and Summer are surrounded.
This flank from Karrigan could be everything. It could be all of the things. There's plenty of time, but there's not plenty of position. However, Summer could be very important. Woxic tight on the sights. He's heard moving around. But where are the remainder? How good is the Molotov? There's a smoke as well. Bente looking for something. Again, if he goes deep, Karrigan is waiting. He's creeping up the short position. He could take a really awkward angle around the hay bales. Woxic looking over the smoke. This is so awkward. It's like a Western standoff.
Yeah, they just simply have to wait that smoke out, TYLOO. And there it goes. Another Molotov comes in. Oh, my God. Who's going to get the first kill here? This is looking extremely close. This could really go either way. But the time is the enemy of TYLOO, not just mousesports at this point, as the bomb is on the ground on the site. They've got to go for the kills. Karrigan, oh, he's got the back of Summer. And Bentet's alone against 3. He's got 20 seconds, and now he's dead. mousesports have done it. They have forced a third map. What a comeback from them. That is amazing, James. The fortitude of mind. I have no idea how they managed to bring themselves back into it.
That is a huge comeback from mousesports, considering how depressing the first map for them was. Getting reset on the pistol, the beginning of the second half. Now they're going to have all the energy going into the final map. Dust 2, a mousesports special. People like Chris J, Woxic. This is absolutely ridiculous. Again, crazy performances from the likes of ropz, from map to map to map. Just ridiculous scenes. 35 kills for ropz, finishing off things in overtime. Absolutely bananas, Dan.
It's really insane. Again, I don't know where they pulled that strength from. They looked beaten. They actually looked beaten.
Yeah.
They looked like it was over.
Dejected.
Yeah.
That was absolutely nasty.
And they get to carry that into the next map. So
Yeah.
it's like now all of a sudden, the momentum's with them.
It's been such a long journey for the likes of TYLOO. Again, just not being exposed to European or even North American at this point, Counter-Strike for the longest time, learning the lessons that people take for granted in different continents. But we're seeing those things come through for TYLOO with the plays they've been doing from Overpass to Inferno. But mousesports just forced their way back in, man. Absolutely ridiculous. But there's so many plays from mousesports. I mean, the way the map finishes, you've got to focus on them. But let's not forget that the huge rounds which made it so bad in the first place for mousesports, the multiple MP9 kills from the fountain. Paul, what the hell's going on?